of their health. It's just super sad, man. It's super sad. I'm counting the days for me. I'll probably win the lottery and then get sick and die the next week. That's probably what will happen to me. I'll be happy and win the lottery and be like, oh my God, it's amazing. And then I'll get sick and die. And it'll be like, oh, their health, it's just super like we'll never get to live happy. It's, you know, like nobody will ever let us live happy. So Rebel from AEW, Britt Baker's, you know, partner, it's like she's got, I don't know, this kind of lung cancer, and it's just, this video is hard to watch.
And my ability to speak clearly, I don't know if you could tell, but sounds like I bit my tongue. And
right.
I've also lost the ability, or some ability,
we're live on TikTok and we're live on YouTube right now.
Function, I guess I should say, of my right hand. And I kind of have like a claw hand. And so it's hard for me to use my dominant hand. I can't really write
Jesus.
and do my makeup, obviously, and little things like that. So I'm starting rehab tomorrow, and I'm very hopeful that I can gain some of that functioning ability.
Thank you for the hearts on TikTok, guys.
It's a very aggressive, intense therapy. It's Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. So, like a full-time job. So I'm very hopeful for it. And so that's about it. That's the short story, and I just wanted to let you guys know. Because I've been posting things here and there, but it wasn't clear. And I wanted to be clear with you guys. There's a lot of other stuff that happened. Like, obviously, I fractured my orbital bone. I got a hemorrhaging. Like I said, there's a lot on the way to here, to now. But, so, to address the cancer that I have, the lymphoma, very serious infection right now. So I'm on IV antibiotics.
Oh,
and
God.
I have to clear this infection first before I can address the cancer. And once that's finished, hopefully in December, I will go in for a third bronchoscopy to determine what kind of treatment I'll be having. Chemo, radiation, immunology, and then we'll start there, and then we'll kick its ass. Okay, so I'm hoping that will start around the 1st of 2026. So hopefully I'll be keeping you posted on my journey, and thank you.
Jesus, that's hard to watch, bro. And it's very kind of sad and concerning for Rebel, who was with Britt Baker for a long time in AEW.
Thank you. Thank you for your... Damn it. Thank you for your support. I love you.
Poor Rebel, man. That's just awful. That's crazy. That's sad, bro. I didn't know how that was going to be that sad. I mean, you know. This author has blocked me? What the fuck? Why am I blocked? By Rebel? What? I just went to like it and then share it. What? Why am I blocked by Rebel? What? Oh my God. Why am I blocked by Rebel? I never said it. What the hell? I never said anything bad about her, I don't think. In fact, I enjoyed her and Britt Baker. What the hell? I'm literally blocked by Rebel. I went to go retweet it. What? Rebel has blocked you. What? How am I blocked by Rebel? Why am I blocked by... That's so weird. I don't even care. Just why? What? What in the world? I was sitting there like feeling so sad and everything about everything going on with Rebel and playing this video and everything. I went to heart it and then share it, and then it said you're blocked. I'm like, oh, what? Why am I blocked? That's so weird. I had no idea. That's so weird. I'm blocked by Rebel. But either way, that was really sad, and I feel really bad for her, and I don't know what's up with being blocked, but who cares about it, I guess. I mean, it doesn't matter. It could be an accident. Yeah. That's terrible. But yeah, that's so weird. Botch Club, what's up, man? That was a very sad video from Rebel, who's... and if you're wondering on YouTube, we're on TikTok right now, and I can't multiply my cameras, so you got a kind of a weird angle of me, so sorry about that. We talked about that. It's kind of crazy. Scared of the trolls, not you, probably. Yeah, maybe. But it's weird that I'm blocked by her. I don't think I've ever had any kind of an interaction whatsoever. So yeah, that's kind of surprising, but I mean, who cares? Who gives a shit if I'm blocked by her? Because the sad thing is that she's dealing with lymphoma. You know what I mean? That's just fucking awful. So yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I something by her because that's weird. Didn't know that, but I just feel bad for her. It's fucking terrible. Yeah, my luck, I would win the lottery and then get lymphoma the next day. She's a major Ryback fan, Joe. Oh, is she? She's a Ryback fan? Okay, then maybe that's it. Maybe that's what it is. This is what happens when you have a good relationship with your partner? What do you mean by that, YR? I don't get that one. I don't know what that means. But I don't know what that means. We're live on TikTok. Triple H's booking gave me hemorrhoids. I agree. A lot of people are getting hemorrhoids because of Triple H. Let's be honest. Guys, if everybody could comment on TikTok, man, we might be able to hit that 80 comment part. We're a little bit delayed because of our video stream or whatever, but everybody on YouTube, we'll figure it out in a few minutes. We'll be back to normal with our video on YouTube in just a few minutes. So stick with us there. Stick with us there. On TikTok, you guys can drop roses and drop all these weird things. I don't know how you donate on TikTok, but I don't know, man. If you guys know how to donate with these coins, that'd be crazy if you could fuck around with that for me. But everybody on YouTube, Streamlabs is pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to change the subject, bring up a subject, or drop any kind of love over there, feel free to do it. I'll get the stuff up. Last night, my computer froze, and then I fell asleep. So sorry about that. Late on monetize this. It was crazy. Big guys like Z Payne and Joe Bishop. We're dropping big ones. Getting crazy. A lot of football today. Football is just so weird. I can't get it. It's just not, it's not ending. Like, the weirdness to football is not ending. It's continuing to be strange. You know what I mean? Bro, I don't get notifications anymore, says Ghost. Yeah, I'm shadow banned, Ghost. Don't you know that? Less people get notifications than ever. It just goes down and down and down and down. You know, until there's no one left. The algorithm is against me. Let me see if I can drop one in for the followers. Let's see. Let's see if we can get the followers on here. Louis Erdanetta and Andrew's back. What's up? Glad you guys are hanging out. I don't know how it works. And you can send me a rose, baby. Last night was funny. Yeah, I mean, it was all right last night. I think Friday night's show was better, but I think last night's was pretty good too. You got Botch Club on TikTok. Brandon, what's up? JPEG, how you doing, man? It's a Sunday night. You should have a breaking news channel. Yeah, I know a lot of people have those now. I mean, I used to do that kind of on the Corrupted channel. We would just go live with whatever was going on, and that did pretty well. We met a lot of people over there doing that. We did throwdowns like that over there. Like that was pretty successful. Yeah, you really got to follow me. You got to hit the bell thing. If you don't hit the bell for me, sub me. Even sometimes people like sub and unsub, and then they hit the bell thing, and then it fixes it. I don't know. But I just say hit the bell. This is gonna be... You know, because that will... that sometimes re-triggers the notifications for you. But I also put up shorts earlier, and once you put up enough shorts, like you don't get a live alerts that go out to anybody. So that's a thing too. That could be that too. Joe Revolutionary YouTube now is Revolutionary TikTok. Yeah, we might have to take over TikTok the way we used to YouTube. I don't know about my Vikings. All I know is pain, says Andrew. Yeah, not great for the Vikings. Not great for the Mexicans are rioting all over Mexico over the government corruption. Well, yeah, because the government's the cartels. So the people are starting to really realize that that they're run by the cartels and they've had enough. So Mexico's going off, bro. Mexico is getting wild right now. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy stuff in Mexico. Should Blockbuster make a legit comeback? I feel like I should start a video store company. I think if I started a video store company, we might be able to do something. Like nostalgia-wise, like if I started a little video store company and then, you know, or like a mini movie theater, you know, like, so you open up a rental place where you can rent like theater rooms too. I think that could be something that takes off eventually, right? Because not everybody wants to go to the big movie theater, right? And it's a big thing. You sit there, whatever. But like renting a room, right? And I know that you'd say, well, why don't you just have this in your house? But a lot of people can't have them in their house or in their apartments and stuff like that. I mean, I have one because I won a stereo system a long time ago. And it's awesome. And then I bought a screen projector, which anybody can do that. It's like $200. You know, it's better than whatever. And you can have a movie theater in your basement, your house, whatever. But a lot of people in apartments where they can't rock that. So I don't know. Maybe you could have like a movie room where people could go in and watch whatever they wanted, close the doors, turn on, blaze the speakers and the subwoofers, and really have an experience. Or maybe they could game in there with the big surround sounds. But I don't know if that would do well or not. I'm not sure. Maybe 1 room, 2 rooms. I don't know. And then you could rent stuff. I don't know. But who would do that? I don't know. I doubt. I'm not sure anybody would do that. I think that people would maybe do it in a way that, because I don't know. I'm not sure. Stuff is so convenient now, but a lot of people that want that stuff just have it. Like if you're that nostalgic about a PlayStation 2, you either whip out your old PlayStation 2 or you buy a PlayStation 2 and you roll with it. You know what I mean?
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years. Never in all that time have I
Diddy
ever
is
felt
donating right now,
last
guys.
Sunday that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Getting a donation here.
Cronin, I swear to God, man, bonnet wearing LaFondas are everywhere. I came in counter with what I thought was a dozen. The Negroes are a disease that will never be cured.
Jesus, Diddy's, I can't even say what you just said. Oh my God, bro. And then he said, go Patriots. Diddy's peen. Thank you for the donation. Good Lord. I don't think we can hear that next part. But, Joe, how close are we to civil war? I mean, I think we're in civil war. We're in a sort of shadow, a cold civil war right now. It's not a joke. It's not a lie. We are in a cold civil war right now. Like, we just are. We really are. I mean, we're having people who are like, you know what I'm saying? Trump was shot at. Charlie Kirk was murdered. Several other Republicans have been attacked and assaulted and cheered on. Elon Musk has been attacked, his buildings, his companies. There's been a couple of dead Democrats, a couple of dead Republicans as well on the side, a couple of attempted attacks. There's been assassinated CEOs. So, I mean, yeah, we're in something. What does that tell you? I mean, if that's we're in something. We're not in a line up 100 of you line up and 100 of us line up and let's go. But we're definitely in a tit for tat sort of chaotic thing. And dare I say, believe it or not, the left is the one doing most of the violence, which is crazy because they've always been the peaceful party and I've always been a part of that party. But they're the ones doing more of the violence than anybody. Of course, it could be the deep state doing it. I don't know. And the CIA, and dare I say, we don't even want to say everything here, but you know who's doing things. One more thing, it's like one more major thing will put people on edge, and then the next issue will set people off, especially the Gen Zers, says the Ghost from the Coast. Thank you, brother, for that donation. We're on TikTok. I don't know how people donate on TikTok, but I guess there's things you can do, but I don't see anything happening. I don't know how that works. But I will say Diddy's Peen, who just dropped $3 on YouTube. Thank you, Diddy. We are trying to get to we're trying to raise some money. I mean, I'm killing myself to be live every day on top of working 2 jobs because we got to do it, brother. We got to raise the funds. So I really appreciate, you going and donating, brother. As vulgar as it was. We'll put you on the screen for that. Thank you, Diddy. You know, not a lot of people say thank you to Diddy, but not a lot of people say thank you to Diddy, but I did. I did it. I don't know. Oh my God, dude, what's wrong with me? But I did it. Mel Brooks turned 100 years old. Did you see that? May the Schwartz be with him. You know? Speaking of people who are at fault, Mel Brooks, man, 100 years old is wild. He's in great form, too. Like, when he gave that announcement about Spaceballs 2, I was like, damn. But him and Dick Van Dyke are like, you know, and by the way, I don't even know if you can say Dick Van Dyke on TikTok, you know? I mean, that guy's got a name that's, you know, no one will ever be named that again. I mean, you know, Dick Van Dyke and Mel Brooks, the two of them are fighting each other for, like, who's the most spry at 100. Like, they're in incredible shape. It's kind of unbelievable. The two of them. It's impressive. It's really impressive what good a shape they're in. Mel Brooks and Dick Van Dyke. It's unbelievable. So I give it to those guys, man. They are in some great shape. And Mel Brooks, too, especially while they're doing the whole Spaceballs 2. Now, I wonder, is he on set all the time of Spaceballs 2, or is he doing something else? You know? Yeah. I mean, you got Dick Van Dyke, and then you got, Kike Van Retard. I mean, I don't know what the fuck else you could call somebody, but it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy name. Isn't William Shatner 95? Yeah, I think he is like 96, 95, something like that. William Shatner's getting there too, and he again is too, but I mean, he's got to hit 99 before I start giving him, the DVD and Mel Brooks credit, The Monetize This Champion, Jennifer Muppet Baby, is here on YouTube right now. Unbelievable. Good to see you, Jennifer. How you doing, sweetie pie? You are, without a doubt, delicious. Right now we're drinking water, but I might start drinking alcohol at some point and attempt to, poison myself live on the air, because who gives a damn, right? Who gives a flying hell right now, right? Like, let's just do it. Let's celebrate. The country might be in like a silent civil war, but that's okay. I'm drinking. I hope you are too. I want you to be drinking. I want you to be drinking and looking at yourself in the mirror wondering, should I go another day with living? But then just grab it, Like, you're on your way to work, but then you decide to call out and you go to your favorite, restaurant. You walk in, or you just walk into any restaurant, and you walk in at, 9 or 10 in the morning after you've been lollygagging yourself around, and you're like, well, I think I'm going to go into work late. And then you decide, you know what, I'm calling out of work today. So you call out of work, and then you're driving around, and you don't know what to do with yourself, and you're like, why did I call out? What am I doing? What the hell am I doing? But you're like, I don't have much money left over, and now I'm calling out of work. But you just feel an impulsiveness, so you go to a restaurant that you haven't been into, and you just.
Guys, I'm back from the dead, and I hate the
blacks.
My
we
God. Should round them all up with lassos and hang them by
their
neck.
My
Lynch
God.
Then all
Jesus.
Well. We
Charlie
need a leader
Kirk.
like Hitler. Joe YTF, did it go from 56 degrees? Now it's like fucking January outside. Middle finger emoji.
It is really hot outside, Charlie. Charlie, thank you for the donation. But Charlie, I really appreciate the donation, and thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum on YouTube. Much appreciated. Shout out to all the TikTok viewers as well. I hope you guys can really rapid fire those hearts. How do you donate on TikTok? I have no idea, but I'm poor. So if you're rich on TikTok, throw me one of those coin things. I don't know, and I'll play with myself. But no, you walk into a restaurant you never been to, and you just walk in and you go, give me a shot of whiskey! Yeah! And then the people are just like, yo, what the fuck? It's 9 in the morning and this crazy asshole's in here asking for a shot of whiskey. And you go, yeah, I want some porridge and whiskey. How about that? And you just laugh like a psychopath. And they're like, yo, this is going to be an interesting fucking person. This is going to be an interesting morning. I thought it was going to be like every other morning where maybe a couple of oldies pop in here and sip on some coffee or something, and I don't really get tipped much. Now, I don't know if this guy is going to not tip at all, or he's a crazy person, and maybe he will. Or he's going to expect me to talk to him the whole time he's here, which is, that's even worse. I don't know what's going to happen. And you just sit down on that bar stool and you say, yeah, give me a shot of whiskey! And you're yelling for some reason. And you say, I'm sorry that I'm yelling, by the way, but boo-hoo-hoo! And you ask for the shot, and you slam it back, and then you make weird sounds and gargling noises, and then you go, yeah, yeah. Let me tell you something, Lloyd. And you just start saying things from Shining.
Joe will be saved, born again, and go to heaven with the Lord Iore every day.
Thank you, Music Maniacs, for the super chat. Yeah, I will be born again and go to heaven. That's beautiful. I hope that. Do you think that really could happen again? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I don't know. Maybe I could be born again. Who the fuck knows anymore? I'm out of my mind tonight. We're live on YouTube and on TikTok. TikTok is not doing so hot. I don't even know how TikTok's doing. But a lot of people in here. But yeah, so you walk in, you sound like a maniac. That person doesn't know what's going on. You're starting to drink at 9 in the morning in this bar after calling out of work. You're like, I just called out of work, whatever. Now I'm sitting here drinking a shot of whiskey in front of this waitress who's like, what in the world is going on? And you just start telling her like all kinds of your problems, like out of nowhere. You go, hey, listen, I'm not going to say a lot to you. I'm not going to bother you too much, honey. But let me tell you something. I've got an infection in my privates, okay? and I don't have a lot of time left on this earth, and I got a lot of money. So today, we're sitting here, and we're going to do whiskey shots, Captain and Coke, and you know what? Do you have any clam chowder? Because I'd like some clam chowder, honey. And then the girl's like, could you not call me honey? And then you're like, I don't know if you heard this, but I have cancer, so I don't care what I call you. And then you slam down a $100 bill on the table and you slide it to her. And you go, that's for the whiskey shot, that's for the Captain and Coke I now want you to make, and that's for the clam chowder, and the rest is for you because you're going to have to put up with me, bitch. Let me tell you something. You're going to have to put up with me. Woo! And then you Ric Flair, woo! And then you just go back, and then you just shut the hell up because now you're out of steam, you're tired, and you just go to your phone and you start going through your phone like, okay, TikTok. And when she brings you the Captain and Coke, then you start drinking the Captain and Coke. You start getting all amped up again. Things are getting crazy. You're having a good time. Maybe you've got an erection. Maybe not. I don't know. That's for her to guess. Hell, if it's a guy bartender, that doesn't matter either. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Girl, guy. Could be two bartenders. Doesn't matter. It's a fun time. And they're going to have to accept the fact that you're a drunken asshole because you're paying and you're tipping really well. And, you know, at the end of the whole thing, you know, you can laugh and say, by the way, I'm not dying, nothing's wrong, but I did skip work today. And then you just laugh and leave. You know, I mean, their whole day will be thrown off by this. They will not know how to function. They'll be, you'll never get, oh my God, you'll never guess what happened today. This guy came in and he was like insane or something. Meanwhile, you're not insane. You're just acting crazy for fun. And then you go about your day normal. But this person, their whole day is altered because you're a fucking maniac in their eyes. And they're like, Jesus, I just met a goddamn maniac in this bar, and he's out of his goddamn mind. And their whole day will be amazing. Like, whether they get, because everybody else is going to be boring after you. The guy that comes in that doesn't tip is boring. The people that don't tip, they're boring. The guy that does tip is boring. They're all boring. You were insane. You were a maniac. You were drinking at 9 a.m., and you tipped her like $60. Probably not going to be another person that does anything like that the rest of the day. And this person is like, and then he was like saying he has cancer and stuff and saying all these inappropriate things. I thought, seriously, I thought I was going to have to call the cops. It was so weird. It was so strange. I was so scared. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, but he like gave you like $60 tip? That's crazy. I know, but it was like, I almost wanted to just say, just keep it and leave. Like, it was just really bad. Like, it was so crazy. Like, I
Bullfrog
need a safe
is a
space.
moron.
Oh, getting a donation, guys.
Brian would like to see me dick. I'm Schlong's view. All I is make fake clickbait unwatchable content for my helmet-wearing viewers. I take advantage of the government with EBT cause I can't work cause of anxiety and depression. But would you like to see my dick?
Well, you want to see it? You want to take a peek at it? You want to take a look? You want to take a peek? You want to take a look? You want to take a peek? Take a look, peek. First person that donates $10 on YouTube, I will put you on the screen above Diddy's. But thank you, Schlong's View Entertainment, for that donation. Much appreciated, brother. We love you so much. We love you. We love you really much. We love you so much. Unbelievable, Schlong's View. One of the best. One of the biggest. One of the best in the world. Schlong's View Entertainment. We're live on TikTok as well. We played the Rebel video. I'm not going to play the Rebel video again because, dude, that was sad. That was breaking my heart watching her. I feel really bad for her, that poor thing. I love you, Rebel. I hope you get better, and I hope you're okay. Even though you blocked me, I don't know why you blocked me, but I love you, Rebel. Maybe it's because of Ryback. I don't know. But nothing but good vibes for her, bro. I hope she, I really hope she beats that. And I hope she has a lot of great people around her that are talking to her, that will talk to her, that love her. And I hope she doesn't feel alone. You know, that's all. Because that's, you know, it was sad watching that video. I didn't know it was that bad. So yeah, I'm not going to play that again because that was tough to watch. And that, we didn't know where she's been, but now we know. Yeah, we could pour some shots. We certainly could. We could pour some shots. We could get weird. It was hard to watch. I could not. We played it earlier. My computer froze yesterday. Sorry, I fell asleep. Who's dropping $10 on YouTube? There it is, baby. Who's dropping the 10? PayPal.me/Joe Cronin Show or Streamlabs pinned to the top of the chat. Feel free to do it if you want. Oreo, what's up? We're on TikTok, where I guess you use coins or something. I don't know what that's about. I don't know. It doesn't work. I don't see anything. I don't really see. People keep telling me you got to be on TikTok. You got to be doing the TikToks, but I don't know, man. I don't see TikTok. TikTok is quiet right now. I'm looking at TikTok. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's like, how many people are here? I don't know. TikTok's weird. The man with the plan, Garguts. What's up, Orlo? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah, it was a really sad video. I couldn't deal with it. I can't say that word because we're on TikTok, so I got to be careful. Most deaf can relate because I had cancer, 14 years remission. God damn, really? That's awesome that you got out of that. Super scary. I mean, that's the one thing. I've got a lot of great stuff in my life right now, but a lot of bad stuff. But all my bad stuff is financial right now and scary that way. Like, I have a very scary financial situation, I would say. But luckily, health-wise, everything is good, except teeth. I really need a dentist, and my wife does too, and the kids. Like, we all need, you know what I mean? What the hell? What the hell is this thing talking about? So I think that, all my kids, everybody needs to go to the dentist, have a cleaning. There's a couple of cavities going on, a couple of major things with me and my teeth. So that'd be cool to get that done. But luckily, no other health thing. I mean, my gallbladder and something is wrong. I guess, yeah, something is wrong in my stomach and my gallbladder, and maybe it's worse than I know. I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I could die tomorrow, and then they could be like, oh, my God, he had this big mass, and we didn't, whatever, and it would turn out because of health insurance, I didn't want to go get anything done. So I guess I could be sick with something and then eventually die, but, I don't know. But right now, the biggest issue to me is, just the financial stuff. But we're lucky from what I know. There's nothing like happening that's, health related right now. And my mother is, it's tough for her to do things. She's 74, but she still goes to work every day and does all kinds of stuff. And she's just getting a little bit older for sure, and that's getting kind of crazy. So that's kind of scary, but but I grew up with it with my dad, and then we had a clean bill of health for years and years and years and years and years. So, I grew up with my dad, diabetic number 1, type 1, and he died of a heart attack when I was 8. So, I grew up with going to the hospitals all the time for my dad, and he's always kind of sick or an infection or something. And then, but after my dad died after 8, 92, we never really had health issues again for the most part. Although I actually had surgery when I was 12, so that's not true, I guess. But it felt like I didn't have any problems. Surgery on the testicles. I had surgery on my balls. It's unbelievable. What's up, guys? Great to see you. Great to see you. Great to see you. Thank you to Sean's View for the $3. Music Maniacs for the $4.99. Charlie Kirk, back from the dead with the 5. Diddy's Peen with the $3.
I've been going to wrestling shows
and now,
for over 30 years.
Josh
Never
Allen.
In all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Josh Allen.
I have cancer in my ass. And I was told the only cure is the exterminate the every last African ape. Joe, will you help take part in this? I need to cure cancer in my ass.
Josh Allen, thank you for the $3. I think I could help you cure that, to be honest. And based on GMTA, what's up, man? Based on what you did today in your football game, we need to fix you, Josh. So yeah, Josh. I know there's a delay on the video and audio on YouTube. We'll have it fixed soon. But yeah, based on what I saw you do today, Josh, we gotta fix you, bro, because that is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Yeah, Tom Green had ball cancer and beat it. I did not have ball cancer. I had a non-descending testicle, and then one that was like messed up, and they had to fix it. And everything turned out right, I guess, right? Because I had 3 kids. But yeah, no, Tom Green, and they cut his ball off. Remember they gave it to him in the formaldehyde and everything on MTV. He documented his whole surgery, and he kept his testicle and everything. It was beautiful. I mean, it really taught people to check your balls, and you should check yourself, play with them, see if there's any bumps going on at any time, because there could be, and you could need help. So yeah, you gotta play with it, play around with it, make sure it's good. So Tom Green, I mean, bro, that was a great PSA basically that he did. That was a huge thing. I think Tom Green did a big service to a lot of young people, men, obviously men. And so that was good. What a lot of parents and dads and moms may not have been able to convey to their boys, Tom Green did. How many people discovered ball cancer because of Tom Green? And I'm serious.
Super chat party.
I'm serious.
Joe knew Tom Green. Leah messed it up. Tell the story.
That is true. My wife messed up my partnership with Tom Green. And if you don't know the story, okay, I'll tell you the story. The story is that Tom Green had me as his co-host for a little while, and his show is at like 1 a.m. on his TomGreenShow.com or TomGreen.com, whatever it was. And he was basically doing like a YouTube show, but there was no YouTube yet. And he was doing it from his .com site, doing like a late night show. And I was doing an ad read with Tom Green. And the ad read, he wanted me to scream about Quiznos. Now, I have this video somewhere. I think it's at my mom's house in my computer that I used to have. And I've got to find the clip because you guys will find the clip delicious. Because Tom Green and me are doing stuff, and Tom was getting sick of me muting myself because Leah was yelling at me because I was being loud. Tom Green was we were trying to record the ad reads. We had an ad read for Quiznos subs and a couple other things. And in the ad read, I was supposed to scream like Quiznos and like freak out. And then they cut back to Tom, and he's just like, are you, Danny, you're going to be okay? Are you going to be okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not okay. I fucking love Quiznos. And then like I just started gurgling, and then I fall out of my chair. And then they cut back to Tom Green, and Tom's like, wow, okay. He loves Quiznos, guys. And it's like an awkward thing. Anyway, so we're doing this and rehearsing it, and then in all the rehearsing of it, I was loud. And Leah is in the next room in our apartment. And at the time, my firstborn son was a baby. Gavin was a baby. And he was sleeping in his room. Oh, with Leah, actually. He was sleeping with Leah because he was having trouble sleeping. And obviously, like, what are you doing screaming at 1 a.m? But I was with Tom Green on a real thing that we were, whatever. And, that was pretty cool, right? And, there were hundreds of people, thousands of people watching these shows. And Leah, my wife, came out once we were recording the final take. And she started screaming at me, and I was muting myself because she was screaming, and it was coming over the microphone, obviously. So, and I was like, bam, mute. And I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And Tom is cutting to me for the reactions in the scene. And he cuts back to him. He goes, what the fuck's going on? And then, like, hello, like, what are you doing? And it took, and eventually I came back and started again, and then he used to go, what, this is pissing me off. And Tom Green actually got pissed off at me. He got pissed off. And he was like, all right, get this fucking guy out of here. Like, fuck him. And then one of the producers was like, are you sure what's going, like, whatever. And I got hung up on. And it was crazy because it was my first night there. And Leah was like furious. She was like, what the fuck are you doing? And my wife was so mad. And so this was 2010 or 2009. I think it was 2009 or 10. I'm not sure which one. Early 10 or late 9 for sure. And yeah, so that's how I lost my. I was essentially like the co-host, like in the background, like right, like so Tom Green's on his desk. Then there was a co-host maybe or a guest, right? And then there was like I was like the internet sidekick who barely spoke, but I was around to do things. So that's the situation. And so, yeah, so that's how I lost out on the Tom Green show. Crazy. That's basically the story. Thank you for the donations, man. If you guys can donate, awesome. We could use the donations very badly. Streamlabs is pinned to the top of the chat if you want to donate. That's the best way to do it, or paypal.me/Joe Cronin Show. Certainly you can do Cash App as well if you want to do Cash App. That'd be cool also. I'll put my Cash App up as well. Much appreciated if you do that.
I've been going to wrestling shows.
Here comes
for over
Aaron
30
Rodgers
years.
with
Never
a dono.
In all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Joe, if you're looking for a decent gig for winter snow plowing is good money.
No.
You could make few hundred an hour easy. And if it's a good amount of snow you could easily make a few thousands. I've plowed since 2013, good money in it.
Yeah, you might be right, Aaron Rodgers, but then I don't know, man, I'm at the will of the snow, and how am I going to get a snow plow? You know? And I'm working so many other jobs, how am I going to get around getting out of those jobs to work it? You know, so I don't think, because you have to be at call, like almost on call for the snow plowing, and I'm working so many other jobs, like I don't know if that's possible, man, but I agree that it's a great suggestion. When I was a young kid, my mother's boyfriend did that as a side job on top of them having their business. He did that as a side gig, and he took me out snow plowing with him. Granted, he was a drunken piece of shit, so I would be out there sometimes scared with him while he was drinking, snow plowing Stop and Shop's parking lot. And then there was a time where he had me get in a second truck. So we pulled up to the parking lot, and there was two trucks. There was two trucks there, and the other guy didn't show up that was going to plow. So he told me that I was plowing, and I was 12 years old, and I helped plow an entire parking lot with my mother's boyfriend at like midnight on a Saturday night. Yeah. So that was, back then I was scared, and I thought this was fucking wrong what we were doing. I was like, this is fucking crazy. And but nowadays I think about it and I go, that was kind of cool. Like I think not my stepfather, but my mother's boyfriend at the time for 7 years, I think it was much cooler now when you look back on it. I don't really think about all the bad times. I don't think about the times he scared me, or he was drunk and he was screaming at my mother and scared the shit out of me, or maybe got scary, or I was afraid we were going to die, or, Mardi Gras and left in like it was a tyrannical, right? A terrible time after my father died. After my father died, my mother's new boyfriend a year and a half later was an absolute terror, right? But like I don't think about the bad times as much now. I think about all the cool stuff I did. It's crazy how that is. I think about welding. I think about sanding and painting, sailing boats, driving a boat in the ocean at 11 years old from Massachusetts to Florida, being stuck in storms on the ocean, navigating with a GPS and a fish finder, operating a crane and a boom truck and a backhoe and a TIG welder and a MIG TIG welder and fishing and just all this shit that I did that people go, Jesus, you knew how to do that? I did when I was 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 and 13. So, I think about those things, and I'm like, that's pretty crazy. My kids sit at home and play on video games on Discord. And when I was a kid, I played video games like crazy and just went over people's houses and slept over. But there was this small period of time at 10, 11, 12, and 13 where I did crazy stuff that wasn't just video games and hanging out. I was on the ocean with a goddamn landing craft with a boom truck in it and a bunch of moorings as we pulled lobsters and moorings and shit and painted stuff and drove things and cranes and digging holes and transporting people in booze cruises and Mardi Gras and backhoes and trucks and digging and machines and engines and fixing and driving and working and plowing and everything. I did all of that at 10, 11, 12, and 13. Nope, not a lot of other people did that. And I'm not a handy person really per se now, but I did learn a lot of stuff. And I don't think I particularly had a lot of fun then, but it's weird. It's it was kind of fun though. So pretty crazy, man. And then Jimmy Buffett. Yeah, Jimmy Buffett would just play all the time. And now I like Jimmy Buffett. Was kind of terrorizing back then, but now it's hell yeah. Fuck yeah, New England, Joe. What a time. What a crazy time, man. I had a blast. I really did. What a fun time. Living that life, living that slave life as a kid. Jackie is talking to Bullfrog. I can't believe you don't think it's real, says MWM. That's crazy, MWM. What kind of crap are you trying to pull on me, MWM? We are live on TikTok. What kind of crazy crap are you trying? I was a pirate back in the day. That's right. I was a damn pirate, son. But yeah, man, I have a lot of experiences, life experiences and other things that you don't really think about, but I really did. And, my father was a very nice guy. I've talked to you guys about this before. In my opinion, my father was a very nice guy. He was a kind of a dork. He worked for Raytheon and a bunch of, Raytheon's like the government, stuff. He did stuff with electronical devices and computers and stuff. My dad was smart. He taught at Northeastern University. He taught calculus. My father was very nice. If I ever show you videos of my dad, you've seen it. He's just very soft-spoken. He loves Star Trek, liked baseball. He loves sci-fi. He things that I love and that you might love. My father loved it. He was a very nice, soft-spoken, sweet guy.
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
My mother's ex-boyfriend was not. He was more of a drunken, crazy guy. What's up?
Joe, do you like your jobs you currently work? If you have experience in all these fields, why don't you get into construction or maybe work for your city? Trades are good too.
Yeah.
Joe, is it weird I like smelling my girlfriend's farts?
Yes.
She ties me up and fart.
Yes, Grimm's Toy Show, that is strange. That is kind of gross. I would not want to be into that. But you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. But yeah, no, I don't think I would get into that. That's kind of nasty, brother. That's kind of nasty. I can't do it. Kind of gross. But yeah, working for a city thing could be a good idea, yeah. I feel like I'm a moron. I'm not a handy guy. You know, like when I put my daughter's door on, I did it perfectly, actually, and we were all impressed with Joe. When I cut a door and then put it on the right way and got it going, we're all pretty impressed with Joe, you know? And when I've done a couple other things around the house and stuff, people are all pretty surprised, you know? And then I've messed up things over time as well because I'm just not a handy guy, really, you know? So I just wouldn't be good at construction. Like, I'd be terrible at that. I'm very bad. So I don't think that would be a good idea. But because I'm just not really that good. I know that I just sounded like I was with all that stuff I just said, but no, I'm very stupid. I'm good at talking, customer service, sales, building relationships with people, and maybe running a team. I can run teams and do managerial things like that too. You know, there's a lot of things I can do, I guess, but I don't know. I you know, the best thing I ever did was YouTube. The 7-year run that I had when it was really kicking ass, that's the best thing I ever did. And it's not a surprise that that's the best thing I ever succeeded at. Because that's, you know, I'm not good at much else. And commentary, I think, would be good, but I'm not good at much else, man. Just the way it is. But yeah, I'd work on it. It'd be cool to. I wish if I had my own boat and lobster boat, that'd be kind of cool. I'd go out there and pull up some lobsters and then like sell lobsters or something. That'd be fun as shit. I think that would be fun. I could get into that probably. But yeah, I don't know how well that would work out, but I could be into that. You know? Thank you, man, for the donations, guys. I really appreciate it. Brothers got a hug. I don't know why, but I just thought of that Tommy Boy scene. Working on a fishing boat would be cool. Was my dad making good money? Oh, yeah. My parents made good money. My parents made good money and they help people. Like, so many people in my families now will pull me aside and they'll be like, you don't understand how your mother helped us. Like, I used to get help. I feel like I'm a goddamn charity case. Like, I don't know what it is about me. Maybe it's me. But like, so many people try to help me that it's crazy. Even when I'm doing well, I'm still not doing well, and then people try to help me. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I'm putting out that energy, putting out that projection, but people are always trying to help me. But one of the reasons why we had a lot of my family would help me, I found out, is because my mother and father helped out so many people in my family. I had cousins pull me aside recently and just tell me, you don't know what your father and mother did for us. You know, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And I mean, like, I know that some things they did, but I don't understand like what. And they're like, no, you like, your parents saved us, like, and I was like, what? And then, you know, when my son was a kid, we didn't pay for diapers whatsoever, because my aunt bought them all the time, and I was like, why does she send me diapers like this? Why is she paying for our diapers like this? And I would ask myself that question, kind of like, thank you, but like, what are you doing? You know, I don't get it. And then my mom would say, like, I think it's because, you know, your aunt is pretty well off, is doing pretty well now. And we helped, my mother helped somebody back in the day or something a lot. And so now her payback years and years and years later was to help her son. Or whatever. Like, so it was weird. It was like I would get helped by so many people because of things my parents did for them years ago. You know, my mother is unbelievable. And so, yeah, it's crazy, man.
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years. Never in all that time
this is going to be hot.
This
donation's hot.
Until last Sunday that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Okay, here it comes.
Joe, I have fart fetish, it's called eproctophilia.
Oh,
I love
baby.
when my girl has wet fart and in my mouth I'll put a gas helmet on and she will hotbox me through a hose and I have to breath in farts or she pours hot candle wax on me if I tap. Try it out.
What in the hell did you just say to me, Grimm's Toy Show? Oh, my God. Becky Lee joined. What's up? Somebody did something. Yo, what's up, Becky? Somebody did something to my head. I don't know what just happened, but thank you. I got a gift. Oh, we got diamonds. Somebody gave diamonds, too. I didn't even notice the diamonds. Thank you for the diamonds, guys. Ooh, Becky Lee is like... Becky Lee's on fire, bro. Thank you, Becky. I will heart you all day. What's up? That was really nice. Thank you, Becky. We're live on YouTube, but we're live on TikTok, and so we're just trying to get things going on TikTok a little bit, so we don't stream a lot on TikTok with obviously with the... I don't know. But eventually we can get bigger on TikTok than YouTube, maybe, with the way things are going, but I mean, YouTube is still king for me, obviously. But Becky, thank you. That's awesome. Nicholas, what's up, dude? You waved at Justin Michaels. I did? I don't remember doing that, Justin, but I hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate that. Jennifer Muppet Baby's here. What is wrong with you people? Kathy Kelly, she's mine. These poor women in WWE. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, Jennifer Muppet Baby has been under the weather recently. I mean, she was in the hospital last week, so I'm just glad she's okay. You know? We're just glad she's all right. We might have to whip out the shots. Who was that donated? Was that Grimm's Toy Show? Yeah, Grimm's Toy Show, thank you for the donation. Much appreciated, man. What are you going to do? Yeah, so who do you think is going to be John Cena's last opponent in the chat right now? Go ahead, drop it, let me know. John Cena's last opponent, who's it going to be? I'm curious to know. Any Sweet Home Alabama sibling videos? What the hell is that? On TikTok? What the hell does that mean? I'm concerned. Chris, how you doing, man? LA Knight? Okay, so LA Knight. GMTA is convinced it's going to be LA Knight. I really hope it's not Gunther, guys. Oh, my God, please, no. I mean, unless they're trying to make him this ultimate heel or something. I don't know, like, but I really don't want it to be Gunther. I am concerned about that. I've heard a lot of other people kind of turning on that whole thing, too, the idea of it being Gunther, so I don't know how people are going to react if it's Gunther. Like, I don't want that to be the case.
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Scissor me, Joe!
Joe, so you're telling me if Liv Morgan or Nia Jax ties you up and farts in your face for punishment you wouldn't enjoy it? I don't know if I believe you. Don't knock it if you ain't tried it, or even Tiffany Staton after a hot sweaty workout.
That's true. Yeah, maybe I should get a little more open-minded about it. That's true, Grimm's Toy Show. Grimm's Toy Show, thank you for the donation, man. Zack Ryder? It's going to be Zack Ryder? That's kind of crazy, man. If it was Zack Ryder, maybe Zack Ryder will come out as Matt Cardona and do like a secondary thing. I don't know. That would be surprising. Carter, how you doing? DJ Anime, what's up? Saw some anime recently, kind of. Thank you to Becky for the hearts. That's crazy, brother. Yeah, that's the only one. That's the only thing I think. Was that the only thing we got? Not sure how everything works, so. James Ellsworth. Yeah, if James Ellsworth comes out, we'll all be shocked. It has to be the next great champ. But who is really, I mean, guys, though, like, who is really capable of this honor? I mean, is it really something? I've always said it's going to be The Rock and wanted it to be The Rock because there's no one worthy enough of Cena putting over the young guy. I just don't see it. You know what I mean? And I know that's maybe what he should do, but I don't know.
Fuego and Rye in Discord now join in.
What's up, baby? Thank you, YR. Okay, donate $100. I'll show up on Discord, brother. $100. I'll be on Discord. But PayPal it or Cash App. PayPal or Cash App. $100. I'll be there. But yeah, because we're wrapping up soon. Probably going to wrap it up soon and get on out. But it's going to be a big day tomorrow, man. I've got to work a lot tomorrow. I've got to work a regular time, and then when I get done that, I got to do something else for an hour, and then I got to run home, and I might do a Raw review. I don't know yet, you know. Mr. Happy is here. Now that's a name. Nobody could be as good as Mr. Happy. It's one of the best names and scariest names ever, quite honestly. Appreciate you being here, man. We're live on TikTok, live on YouTube. We really appreciate the new TikTok support that we're getting. That is fire. Bret Hart is still just bitter, man. What do you think about the Bret Hart thing? Is that souring Bret Hart for you, or are you just like, yeah, it's Bret? You know, he's bitter and old. He's had a, you know.
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years.
Here comes Grim again.
Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
Yes.
Joe, how much for you to throw it back for the one time? Also, fuck these Eagles.
Yes.
I want the Lions to win. I fucking hate the Eagles.
Right, Grimm's Toy Show? What's up, bro? How much for you to... wait a minute. How much for you to throw it back for one time? What does that mean? Throw it back? What are you talking about? Grimm's Toy Show, thank you, brother. Thank you so much, dude. What's up? How much for me to throw it back? What does that mean? Are you talking about like getting drunk or something? Like on a night before I have to work 3 jobs tomorrow? Is that what you're talking about? Be a lot, bro. If that's what you're saying. Imagine I get smashed on TikTok and then fall off my face. Grim simpin' and pimpin'? Oh my God, simpin' and pimpin' is an amazing thing to say. Oh my God, bro. Simpin' and pimpin'. That is awesome. Does he mean twerk? I don't know what he means. Whatever it is, it starts at $100. Oh God, for booze? $200. I'll go do 7 shots right now. How about that? Every $100, I'll do. I don't know. I'll do 5 shots. I'll do a shot for every $25. How about that? I saw Chainsaw Man a couple of days back. That was pretty cool in the theater. So it was really cool to see Chainsaw Man in the theater. I mean, I know that I've been watching it on a big screen, whatever, with surround sound. Like, we're watching it on the big screen. But, like, then to see it in the theater was pretty cool. So I thought that was kind of neat. That was different. But yeah, it was pretty cool. We get weird, you know. Kathy Kelly backed that A's up. Wouldn't you like to see it just completely backed up? Yeah. And ridden. Yeah. Can't deny it. She's pretty good. She's pretty hot. She's very hot, bro. I get it. What if Rey Mysterio turns heel on John Cena and he's in John Cena's last match? That would be dumb. Why would that? What would be the point of that? You know? Rey Mysterio turning turning heel like that. That would be, why would they do that? That'd be weird. Jennifer Mudbaby says, Bret Hart can be as bitter as he wants for the rest of his life. He has earned the right. Yeah, I kind of feel the same. I'm laughing at it, and I'm like, what's wrong with Bret? But it's not that big a deal to me either. With the way people treated Bret and the way, you know what I mean? Hey, if he wants to be that way, that's cool. I love Bret still. So I'm fine with it too. I'm like, yeah. I love Bret regardless. It doesn't matter how bitter he gets and whatever he does, and I'm still game for Bret Hart no matter what. I'm just surprised he doesn't want to kind of just be like, you know what? I'm going to show everybody that I'm moved on. But no, he's still pissed, man. But I get it. I would like to, let me move over to on YouTube, we're kind of in a weird screen. I'm sorry to the YouTube people. I'm glad you guys are bearing with it for me. If you want to come over to TikTok, here's the link to TikTok if you want to join TikTok. But on TikTok, the video stream is probably okay. But going over there, DJ Anime says, I would like to Jeff Hardy in the tournament. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool if Jeff Hardy was in the tournament. Love the TikTok lives, says Austin. Thank you, Austin, even though we only have, 3 people on TikTok? I don't know. Maybe we have 8. I'm not sure how many. Guys, tap those hearts for a few minutes if you can. That might help out. I don't know. Not sure how TikTok works still. I'm going to keep saying that because I'm full boomer as far as TikTok goes. But I try. We're trying. Because I do everything. And I'll do anything. Just ask. Baseball doesn't like TikTok. I get it. I get that. Likes up, D-bags. Thank you, Jennifer Muppet Baby. I'll stay in the American company. Thanks, Joe. Brandon, that's cool, bro. Yeah, dude, stay here. It's all good. Stay on YouTube. I just felt bad that my video is delayed and weird looking. So I'm just glad you guys are putting up with that. I know that's kind of weird, but I appreciate everybody on YouTube putting up with how weird it looks. So thank you guys for that. What happened to Edge being in the tournament? I don't know, man. Yeah, Vince Russo's JCW is really good. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to get somebody like that in the tournament because it's like people want these surprises, but it's like, what surprise? You're going to know if they're in the tournament, if they come out, it's like there they are. Like, how are you going to cover that up any further? How's that angle going to work? So yeah, I don't fully know how some of that stuff is going to operate, but so I don't think there's going to be a lot of surprises unless like with my idea of The Rock being in it a long time ago, The Rock could come out and basically substitute himself in, like somebody gets attacked or somebody gets pulled and it's like, well, this person won the tournament. Oh, well, somebody pulled him out. Well, it's The Rock, and so something like that, I could see happening, but I don't know if that's, I'm not so sure anything's going to happen. And I think the thing is some people are setting themselves up then to be really disappointed. And it would be kind of crappy if John Cena's last match, there's all this weird disappointment around it. But maybe John Cena wants it to kind of be that way so he can focus on some kind of new talent or somebody else. If that's the route he wants to go, I'm all set with not going that route and doing some kind of a big blockbuster match instead. Because I don't think there's anybody really worthy of putting over, but maybe I'm wrong. But I'm sure John Cena wants to because Kurt Angle and how he was debuted and how things went for Cena, he probably maybe wants to sort of regenerate, reciprocate, and recreate that situation with somebody else. So, I could see that being the situation too, and that's Cena's own idea. I think Vince McMahon might be there. Cena wants Vince McMahon to be there. So, Colonel Stutters, 34 months in a row as a member. Colonel Stutters, thank you so much, dude, for being a member that long. That is crazy. Thank you for that support on YouTube. I got to open my door up because it is so hot down here. Like, I'm starting to, burn up a little bit and feel terrible down here. Hold on one second. Let me move my door open because, yeah, this is terrible down here. Let's see. Let me get my thing. Yo, baseball, what's up, man? Give me 1 second while I open this up. Filled up the water. Fill up the water. Fill up the water. Fill up the water and open the door. I had to turn my heater off. I had my heater going. I didn't realize it. And it's like, oh my God, bro. It's getting dry as shit in here. Kathy Kelly's back door. Oh my God. You guys can use Streamlabs to donate or Cash App. It's right there. Remember the guy that was like, yo, you want, how much to get drunk, Joe? What happened to him, guys? Did he pull a Jay Menace? What? You better get out that. You better have. You better be able to take all this money I'm gonna send you. Remember Jay Menace? Oh my God, bro, that was funny. And then, oh, never mind. Joe, you better. If I send you the thousands of dollars, Joe, you're gonna be able to. Oh, that's what happened. Just because Jeff is an OG, yeah. I'd be fine with that, but I just don't think we're going to get that. I don't think we're going to get Jeff Hardy. How do I see what's up on... Oh, I know what's up. I know what's wrong. I'm crazy. Hold on. There we go. Becky is still the top person who gave some... she gave a heart. Thank you, Becky. Surpass the highest league... I don't get... TikTok is so weird to me. What happened to that one dude who used to call and try to battle rap? Oh, yeah, remember that guy? Joe, you want to battle rap me? He would call and just be like, yo, I'm going to battle rap you. Yeah, he was crazy. I beat that guy up in some raps. You know, I have no business rapping, but, I mean, I beat that guy up. You know, and he was real bad. He made me look really good. So, you know, I appreciate his calls. Because, yeah, he made me look like Eminem or something. Because he was bad. It was tough. Garguts made Jesse into tacos. Yeah, we still haven't seen Jesse. Jesse's still missing, guys. Major suspect. Major sus. Very, very strange.
Super chat party.
Does Leah own any adult toys? Dingo emoji, dingo emoji, dingo emoji.
Oh, of course. We got a few of them. One of them's called the Ultimate Warrior. And you should see what it can do. Whether it's me or there's just so many ways to take care of business. And that's what I like about life. If you know what I mean, YR. YR, when are you going to get married or a girlfriend or something? You know what I mean? Like, are we not concerned for you a little bit? Like, what's going on, bro? Go out there and get the woman. What's happening? What's stopping you? You know, go out there, get in the dating scene. You know, marry somebody. Like, what are you doing? Like, let's go. YR, let's go. Go out there and get the girl. Actually, don't do that. Because every time that happens, then people disappear. They get a girlfriend and they're gone. You know? We want you to stay right here, actually. So, actually, don't do that. Am I auctioning off any? Yeah, I will. I'll send you one for a couple $100. Still smells, too. You know? You want to do it? It's all fun, Garguts. Stop getting your feelings hurt, says Brandon. What happened to the one dude who used to call? Yeah, that was I read that already. What's up, GMTA? Appreciate the diamonds. But yeah, I'm probably going to wrap it up in a minute. Appreciate it. It was a crazy day, man. It's going to be a tough week. It's going to be a tough one. So I'm glad to have this final, like, I don't know, comfort stream. I don't know what you call this. But these final moments here with you. Before probably a tough week of pain. We'll see what happens, though. Flossing and dabbing. Jackhammer or pile driver? Dude, pile drivers are awesome. I mean, they're the best, right? I mean, they really are the best. But I will say, though, Diesel's power jackknife power bomb or Diesel's jackknife power bomb, that was really good. But the jackhammer by Goldberg, that looked pretty cool sometimes. There was a couple of them that are really fire that he slammed people. And it was like, oh, damn, that was fire, dude. That was crazy looking. So there's a couple that looked phenomenal from Goldberg. But I'm going pile driver from, back in the day, pile drivers. You know, pile drivers, they don't even do them now, really. You know, but they look goofy now. You know, but the real pile drivers back in the day. But yeah, the intensity of that jackhammer, bro, sometimes from Goldberg was crazy. Crazy stuff. Goes from the coast. Oh, the Jew hammer. Oh my God. JCW. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Thank you for the donations. If you guys want to support off the air, tell me anything off the air, whatever, paypal.me/Joe Cronin Show, or go to Patreon, listen to me and Luke's podcasts, and then so many other podcasts on Patreon, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, Joe Cronin Show on YouTube, and Joe Cronin Show on TikTok. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out and having a fun time. I had a fun time. And hopefully you guys did too. Thanks to everybody on TikTok. TXP666, what's up? Hey, we got more diamonds from somebody. Who the hell gave diamonds? Oh, shit, Cutie Cat gave diamonds. Cutie Cat, thank you. Maybe because earlier we were showing off the cat merchandise too. So hopefully some people checked out the kitten and cat stuff. But Cutie Cat, thank you so much. She dropped the rose. She dropping roses. Oh, my God, bro. That's fire. What happened? How did that happen? When did that happen? How did I miss that? Cutie Cat, thank you. That was so nice. We have 16 diamonds now. Getty Lee, what's up, bro? Did you have a good weekend? What did you do? What did you do to have such a good weekend? Cutie Cat, thank you. Becky Lee is still at the top. JPEG, thank you. Yeah, we watched the Rebel video earlier. I just can't do it again. That was sad. I hope she's okay. One of Bullfrog's last messages to me is that I'm in traffic. He's in traffic. Bullfrog, did you take an Uber? Because you don't drive. You're in traffic. I mean, you must have been in traffic in an Uber because there's no way you're driving. It can't be real.
I watched every Raw. I watched every SmackDown for years and years and years and years. And there are no stories.
Right.
Wrestler A wanting to wrestle Wrestler B is not a story. Wrestler A wanting Wrestlers B's title is not a story.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestler A wanting to wrestle Wrestler B because Wrestler A jumped Wrestler B in the back is not a story. These are not stories, Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
These are setting up wrestling matches through wrestlers that want to fight. There are no stories involved in any of this stuff. None of this stuff. Why? Because Triple H is not a storyteller. Tony Khan is not a storyteller. They are wrestling marks.
Damn.
So everything comes out of Wrestler A bumping into Wrestler B and wanting to have a match. Those are not stories. Can somebody tell me one story right now that is going on in the WWE? Give me one story, bro. There's a tournament to see who gets John Cena's last match. That's not a story, bro.
Oh.
That is not a story. Give me one story.
I mean, in a way, it's something.
Story on SmackDown or Raw. Give me one. Give me one. Nikki Bella turning on ram horns is not a story. There was no build to that. There was no backstory to that.
Ram
that
horns.
Is done for a pop. There is no story involved. Stop telling me about stories that don't freaking exist. You want to see stories, bro? Then go to JCW Lunacy, bro.
Bro, he had to throw one. He had to throw one more bro in there, bro. Oh my God, that's funny.
We will tell
He's right though.
Stories there. We will tell multiple stories there. Why? Because Vince Russo is a writer and a storyteller. I am so sick and tired. I would love to ask Triple H, tell me.
Oh my God, he's going to axe Triple H. Jesus.
In your mind, what a story consists of. Tell me what a story consists of.
I'll tell you. You want me to tell you what a story is?
Stuff.
I'll read you a book.
Adam Pearce is in his office talking to a wrestler. Another wrestler busts in. Oh, why don't we have a match tonight? That's not a freaking story, bro. That is shit. That is crapola.
Jesus. Well, Vince Russo has had about enough. And I don't blame him. A lot of us can't watch this stuff anymore. Just can't do it. So I get it. A lot of us, feel the same way. It's hard to watch this stuff. There's no doubt about it. Listen, bro. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out on TikTok. I will see you next time. I hope you follow, like, all that stuff. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you want to support me on, the Streamlabs, it's pinned in the top of the chat. PayPal.me/Joe Cronin Show or Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, or here on TikTok or on YouTube. Thanks for hanging out. Junebug in the house. JCW in the house. Austin, what's up, bro? Thanks for liking everything, and thanks for hanging out. And if you want to email me, joecroninshow@yahoo.com. joecroninshow@yahoo.com. And, of course, I'm on X, Twitter, at MetaWorld Online. Joe slow looping sounds and looks like Spanish show translated into English. What? Somewhere Cornette is having a stroke. Yeah, he might be. He might be upset. Jennifer Mupp, baby, thank you for being here and clicking the like button. Everybody who donated, thank you as well. Music Maniacs, Colonel Stutter's Grimm's Toy Show. Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Sean's View, Charlie, Diddy, thank you. And then, of course, Becky and Cutie Cat on TikTok and everybody else. Thanks for hanging out. I have no idea how to end the stream now. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for being here.